Good day guys, welcome to 1stusFx Academy, and this is 1stusFx. In this video we're going to be teaching you what displacement really is all about, or what some persons call CISD, change in state delivery. Now in every market structure, all right, so let's say this is an uptrend where the market begins to print higher highs and higher lows. All right, now usually what you would see is that there are certain times you would see some rapid price movements that goes below this low. So we know in an uptrend we're supposed to hit a higher low, but now we see a lower low and then price goes higher. So this whole structure you see here, this whole downtrend you see here, this down movement you see here is what we call a displacement. All right, and the whole essence of the displacement is to take out stop losses below this low. So every person that put their stop loss below these lows, they were taken out, and then the market continued in its original direction. Now this is one of the ways to talk about displacement. All right, now the next other way you would see displacement is the market is in an uptrend. The market is printing higher highs and higher lows, and then you see a sudden shift in the structure. The market reverses, and then the market comes even down again. So sometimes you see the market move like this. So this is the market taking out stop losses below this low and also going higher to take stop losses above these highs, and then we see this reversal. So usually what confirms to us where the market is displacing to is how the candlesticks close. I'm going to show you a real market example, okay? So where the market is displacing to. So take for example, all right, some persons may call this a liquidity sweep. So some persons may call this a liquidity sweep rather. Some persons will call this a liquidity sweep. So this is the market displacing buyers and also displacing sellers. So everybody that sold from here, they were taken out. Everybody that bought from here, they were taken out, and then the market sold again. So you see this happen a lot in the forex market, all right, especially if you go down to the lower time frames. All right, but if you see this on a higher time frame, it gives you a high perspective on what the market is trying to do, because the market is always looking out for liquidity. We're going to talk about liquidity in another video. All right, but this is what displacement is all about, or change in state delivery. So price is always delivering itself, or as some persons call it, price is always magneted to areas where we have liquidity, where people put their stop loss and where people keep their take profits or put their stop orders. All right, so during a displacement, price usually prints out a manipulation. All right, so it manipulates itself that it wants to buy, and then after taking out the high, it sells off. So now let's look at a practical example. Let's look at a practical example here. So this is an example of the market making a displacement. Let me take this out. So clearly we can see we have these lows here. So you can see these lows is what created these highs. What created these highs. Now, as you can clearly see here, we see this rapid price movement going above these highs and taking out liquidity. So we call this a displacement. So price is displacing those that sold early. So the persons that sold early, they were still holding their trade, price took them out and then instantly started selling again. So this whole price action you see here is what we call a displacement. So price is displacing sellers, or some persons call it liquidity hunt. All right, so basically during a displacement we see some sort of manipulation. All right, and what confirms to us if it's a displacement or an actual break of structure or a continuation is how the candles close. So if you look here, you would see how the candles close below the high. Hope you can see it. You can see how the candles close below the high, showing you that this was a displacement. Price was displacing what? Sellers. All right, so it's very important you understand this concept so that when you are trading, when you see price action doing that, you know what is happening. All right, so this is another example here. So you see these highs that was created here. Do you notice that price goes above it but closes below it? And what do you see next? The market sells off to take out these lows. Now some persons would have seen this as okay, a change of character, expecting a break of structure. They probably would have kept their stop loss below these levels, and see they were stopped out because of this manipulation that happened here. So it's important you understand what price action is doing, and that's why you're learning these concepts. All right, so to get a better understanding of this, please make sure you watch our video on what liquidity is all about. So the next time, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ask your questions in the comment section.